Midheaven Podcast Live. This is me.
Sigmund and Freud. Oh, wrong universe.
Oh, guys. Yeah. Happy hump day. We are happy to be back. Thank you for joining us. We just got done filming 2 more episodes for y'all. One that's all about the Mercury retrograde in Aquarius, which is coming in hot pretty soon. We also filmed an episode that is all about the nodes changing signs. So we're stoked. We actually have Aquarius season coming out on Monday. Unless you're a subscribed member, then you are actually going to get that on Saturday.
The aliens are invading.
Oh my God, I hope so. I'm just like, take me home.
All right, no, you didn't.
Get me off of this fucking rock.
Did you hear her? Scorpio sun has 4th house Aquarius. Take me home. She spit some bars right now. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my goodness.
Shout out to Lilac Ocean.
Thank you guys for joining us. Thanks to all of our members, all of our level 2 and 3 memberships like Hera, Earth Goddess, Paula, Ramona, Jessica Martinez, Kayla Ann. You guys are awesome. That is the beauty and the benefit of being a level 3 subscriber. If you are a level 3 subscriber, you're going to get one 3-card reading once a month during our live shows. We actually film these usually bi-weekly, but we doubled up this week. So you guys saw us last week and you get us this week as well. So if you are one of our level 3 subscribers and you have not gotten your monthly reading, you feel free to do so now. We'll be back at some point again in the month, but we usually do this on Wednesday evenings.
Would you like a reading every time we go live and a 10-card spread instead of just 3 cards? Well, stay tuned because level 4 is amongst you.
Oh my goodness.
We're taking it to the next level.
That's the super holy shit level, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because like YouTube only gives you so many levels. So it's like, do you want to give $1? Do you want to give $20? Do you want to sell your soul? If you're willing to sell your soul.
Like YouTube did to Google. Yeah.
But when you think about it though, not to like be a salesman or anything, but like for what it costs to actually get a reading, like for a half an hour or an hour, it's a pretty great value. So I guess it sounds like we're still working out the details of trying to figure that out and making it possible for you. We've got a couple things up our sleeve. We're also talking about getting ready to start an astrology group here in Las Vegas. So we can start doing group stuff, or maybe even doing like monthly meetups and like lectures and stuff. So that's something else we're kind of have in the works right now, especially for like Aries season. So we're trying to kind of have a launch somewhere around the spring equinox.
Oh, yes.
So if you're somebody who lives in the Vegas area, maybe you live in LA, maybe you live in Northern California, Arizona, Utah, whatever, it'll be cool. We're trying to get some monthly stuff kind of going so we can start meeting people and actually starting to kind of just work with the community and meeting you guys and teaching more. So
doing the Lord's work, basically.
Yeah, basically doing the Lord's work. Just, spreading the gospel of astrology and birthing more heathens into the community.
Also, note on level 4, you also get exclusive discounts on readings from, myself and possibly Candace as well. So
yeah, I'm stoked to see what we can offer. I also know that we talked a little bit about just cross-promoting and doing that a little bit more on the platforms of just stuff that we're going to do together.
True that.
I feel like we need to do another peace talk. That would be cool.
Oh, that's definitely going down.
We haven't done one for a while. That and I want to start doing on my channel, I want to start doing like fireside astrology chats. So I think I'm going to start trying to like bring one person on a month and that's just like awesome. Chatting with them and like getting other people's perspective so I don't sound so monotonous and psycho all the time. I can get pretty boring. If you guys look right up here, you're going to see a QR code. So if you're watching on a television screen or on a laptop or on a tablet, if you want to get a reading this evening live, we're doing 1 card for $20, 3 cards for $40. Ask whatever you want. Honestly, spill the tea, because the more nasty and fucked up on the internet, the better. We're all about it. We want to hear it.
Oh, yeah.
When you do scan and you make your payment, Please be mindful that if your name on YouTube differs from PayPal, just let us know. In the memo box, you can ask us your question. So go ahead and put whatever details you want in regards to your question, or you can have a general reading. Also, those of you guys who are watching, we also accept donations. We appreciate your donations. It makes it possible for us to keep doing what we're doing. You don't see everything that goes into this. It's a 3-man team, so lots of equipment, time, obviously booze, drugs, you know, food, whatever, also to make this possible. So if you feel like being generous and making a donation, we appreciate that. It allows us to keep doing what we're doing and also bring you guys more extra content. Like if you saw last season, we had the poolside episode, we had the holiday stuff. We're hoping to do more of that.
Yeah.
So your guys' donations make it possible for us to be able to do that. If we have any of our level 3 people who would like to get a reading, let us know. Otherwise, we got a couple people in the queue like Renee and Rachel.
Who did we get last time?
That's a good question. I feel like...
Kayla, I think, for sure. Earth Goddess, for sure.
Yeah, I think it was Earth Goddess, and I think it was Kayla. So I think we have Jessica, Ramona, Paula.
And Hera.
And no, she's level 2.
Oh,
so
she's
just level 3.
Okay, cool.
But let us know. So yeah, if you are level 3, you get 1 reading per month. So just give us a heads up. How's everybody doing tonight? How are you guys feeling? Can you guys feel the retrograde stationing happening here pretty soon?
Question. What do you feel about for level 4? Do they get a 10 reading from you or I or both of us?
What if we each pull 5 cards and then we give a joint interpretation?
Well, the 10 card reading is for the Celtic cross. So it's like an actual reading.
Oh, I mean, we can do that. We can do a full 10 card reading per I mean, that's about a 10,
or we
15
can do
minute reading.
5 too. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, let us know. What do you guys think? Let us know what you would like to
Right.
see. I'm down to do that. If we get enough people that want to get in on level 4 and you want to do that, that's awesome. I mean, obviously the lives are gonna get a little longer, which is fine by
Right.
me. But also I think it's just really kind of creating incentive just to have more people come and watch. Because a lot of people, at least I've noticed on the lives that I've heard from on our lives and also my lives, some people just like to watch, right? They like
True
to
that.
learn how to interpret the cards and,
Yeah.
and things like that. So
Yeah.
I think probably somewhere around maybe like mid next month when things start to station, are getting ready to like go direct, we'll start to issue new services just to make sure that everything's good to go.
I just want you to
Rachel
know.
said, "Get me off this rock."
Right. Like now for
Hey,
sure.
me wild.
So,
Love you too, Heather. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, so besides that, I guess we'll go ahead and start getting into the readings. If you guys make a purchase, just let us know. I'll take the first victim.
Whoop.
Renee.
Hey.
Renee here. I'll take whatever comes up. Happy birthday. It's my birthday.
Birthday to Renee.
Happy birthday.
Pluto and Venus got something to say.
Oh my goodness, right?
We're awakening their heart
Yeah, we're coming into the tail end of Capricorn season here pretty soon.
with a poison dart. Happy birthday.
So let's see what the cards have to say for Renee on her birthday. Happy solar return. Woo! How old are you now? Can I ask you that? Oh, King of Swords. So, you know, for this to be coming up for you, very interesting. Definitely talks a lot about saying what you mean and meaning what you say, owning your voice, how you communicate and express yourself. It's a more masculine energy, so this can be talking about you just kind of more coming into your power. It can also be talking about dealing with a male air sign, somebody who's helping you make sense of things or kind of redirect your communication style, perfect something, edit something, signing contracts, important conversations. Just thinking, like, being that you're a Capricorn and you're getting ready to have all these like retrogrades and things happening in Aquarius, it's definitely about your money, your resources, your bottom line. So there can be important conversations about budgeting, how you're spending, where your money's going, business and things like that. So that's really exciting. I feel like the King of Swords coming up for a woman is more kind of saying like you're becoming more rational. It's a very masculine energy, just being that it's air, but also being that it's a king. And if you notice the way that he looks, just he's kind of sitting there and he's kind of pensive, like he's thinking about something before he says something very significant. It may be talking about for the year ahead that there's just a lot of you sitting and really thinking things through before you make moves. To have your birthday when Mercury is getting ready to kind of station is also interesting because it's like a year where Mercury is very powerful, right? Mercury in Aquarius, it's an air energy. So it might kind of suggest that you have like a more like sober or serious mind, or that you're very serious about getting your words out or writing something, teaching something, sharing something with other people. And swords are used to draw a line in the sand and protect yourself or direct energy. So there's going to be this sense of like really being aware of boundaries, energetic boundaries, verbal boundaries, and really sharing that with other people. And like I said, like the king is the master. So you're mastering something relating to getting the point across, and your words just have an insane amount of power right now. I just want you to be really aware of that. That energy of whatever is playing out during your solar return will vibrate into the next year. So Mercury is getting really close to Saturn. It's getting ready to square Uranus. So it's kind of saying like, okay, no, this is what I'm sticking to. I might be thinking differently, doing business differently, communicating differently, but I know that I'm sticking to it. So hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully you had a happy birthday. Thank you for joining us on your birthday.
Beautiful.
She said it makes sense. Business and thinking of starting a YouTube channel in the spring. If you're going to do it in the spring, definitely look for like when Mercury and Venus and all that stuff is direct. Look for some really strong aspects with Mercury. So like maybe like when Mercury is getting out of Pisces and into Aries. It's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. So might work really well also just moving away from like the Capricorn energy and starting something new. Hopefully that's helpful. Happy birthday. Kayla popped in. You want to take Kayla?
Oh, okay. What can I... Oh, we did Kayla already last month.
Did we?
I think last week. What can I expect from her? Yeah, I think I did Kayla last episode.
Kayla, let us know just to confirm. I personally can't remember. I have to go back and look at the notes.
But honestly, I don't mind doing her again. Let me see. Rachel. I can do Rachel and Kayla.
Okay.
Okay. So what can I expect for my birthday coming up in February? I feel big changes for me are coming in the spring. So we have, oh yeah, I did. Well, we do have Mercury in Aquarius, so I'll definitely pull at least one card for you. The changes coming up for you, Kayla, is with Mercury in Aquarius, which is also retrograding. You're moving towards a positive future. As a collective, celestial goddess, Aquarians are humanitarians, and you've had to do a lot of processing for a lot of people. And this birthday period is going to be a period where you're moving into a positive future, collecting W's and distancing yourself from psychological and mental and emotional pain, problem solving, mending communications with other people, dealing with people long distance. So this looks like a mellow card, but because you are an Aquarius, this is going to be so positive. There's something about the Six of Swords after the Five of Swords of argument and miscommunication that's sailing towards you mentally traveling or physically traveling towards a positive future. And we have the Chariot. So you're coming into victory, and you're going to really gain a really good sense of you more so than ever, coming in into not only positivity, but like victory. And yeah.
Rachel, what's your question? I don't have a memo for you. I got a $20 donation, but I just want to ask if you have a particular question. Let's see if I can find her. Give me off this rock, she said. Is there anything else from Rachel? I do get a reading every line.
Shout out to Rachel, OG.
Yeah, Rachel. Rachel sent me she still left a comment on my video. She said, after 3 readings, I finally got it. So I'm interested to see what comes up for Rachel. Rachel, let me know if you have a particular question. Otherwise, I'm going to pull a card for you. And then Brandon, you're on deck.
Brandon, welcome.
And I'll pull your question in just a second. Oh, I cut off the communication from my ex on Saturday. Bye. It's so weird. I have had spoken to so many either Virgos or Virgo risings. That seems to be the reoccurring theme happening. So let me know, Rachel, if you have a particular question. Got COVID on Sunday. I feel like death. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. All right, let's see what the cards say for you, Rachel, and then we will get to Brandon. Interesting. Good card coming up for you, Rachel. Queen of Coins, Queen of Pentacles. Honestly, health, wealth, focus. Fuck bitches, get money type of energy. Right? It's Virgo rising, Taurus sun. It doesn't get better than that if you've got like Earth in your big three. I kind of see this as also like you really reevaluating and taking stock in like what's important, right? Like where your money's at, where your health's at, how are you grounded, where you're feeling. You may find that it's not that you're cold or detached, but you're just becoming more logical and practical and kind of like, I need to see physical change. I need to see things physically get better for my body, for my health. I need to see my money grow. I'm focused on what's bringing me things. I mean, it sounds kind of petty, but it's like when it comes to your love life and stuff, the Queen of Pentacles is like, if you're not paying for things, fucking me or feeding me, what are you bringing to the table? So there can be this sense of you looking at things that way, but it can also be you being super focused on your earthly desires and earthly pleasures, handling it for yourself. So there's less kind of a feeling that it's up to somebody else to take care of you. It's up to somebody else to make you feel abundant. It's up to somebody else to give you the things that you need. Queen of Pentacles doesn't really give a shit, right? Of all the queens, she's the one that is the most grounded and the most capable. And I feel like she's almost like the the matriarch of the family, and nothing really gets done or nothing gets agreed to until people come and consult with her first. So in a way, it's a lot of like checking in with really yourself, how things feel, checking in with your older women in your life, aunts, sisters, mothers, mentors, older friends, people who are going to teach you. The older that you get, the more that you're going to realize that it's really important not to lose your health or your head over things that don't matter, that aren't really bringing any substance to your life, right? So there's a sense of, maybe from some people's perspective, you being cold. I look at it as you're really leaning on those Taurus, Virgo energies, really showing up in a way and like checking the Gemini moon going, yeah, I can't do the mental ping pong anymore. I'm not going to allow the stress to affect my health or my wellness or even my wallet. And I know that I am the one who is in control, right? She's the boss. So it's really reminding yourself of that, building yourself back up, really physically taking care of yourself, supplementing yourself, and giving yourself everything that you need. Eating well, getting lots of rest, but also just really focusing on taking care of the physical body and the finances right now. Hopefully that's helpful.
Shout out to Brandon, who has a 12th house Jupiter and Pisces return. You're going to be so much more understanding of your unconscious habits, revolutionize and evolve your spirituality. But this is all in preparation for your brand new 12th house cycle in Aries. When I went through a 12th house Jupiter cycle, I didn't know I was becoming a peace dealer. So this is going to really change and release old aspects of your spiritual beliefs. But you know what? The 12th house in Pisces is expressly feminine. It's intuitive. And I got the Queen of Cups. This is deep love. And the bottom card was the High Priestess. All right. I split the deck and we got the Ace of Cups. So you're stepping into new in a certain sense and capacity, where I really got the sense psychically that this is from a queen, Brandon, who is going to encapsulate this Jupiter and Pisces lesson. It's like the depths of your femininity manifested through an archetype of woman and a specific woman who's going to open up her heart to you. I really get powerfully the High Priestess is such a psychic connection. This is a woman who cares deeply about you, and it's platonic. It's not really like a romantic love. It's beyond a romantic love. It's someone who cares about you very deeply. The potential for romance is there, but it's like it's so beyond romance. It's just like an actualization of this very, divine feminine aspect and counterpart of yourself. I'm not gonna say like twin flame, but I will say counterpart. So it's very beautiful. I split the deck, by the way, and got the Ace of Cups with the Queen. So this is a new cycle of spiritual awakening, and she may help you. And woman, it's also gonna be an archetype of woman that you deal with and connect with, where you're so much more connected in the spirit, and this Jupiter return will help you tap more into your psychic ability through this. So that's beautiful. And it could really even be love. It could be, your boo, but it's I don't want to say start, but it's based off of a very deep love that's not just romantic, it's platonic in a sense where it's like agape. And it's going to be amazing. It's going to kind of change the way you think about love, which is just pretty dope.
Part of me wonders, having looked at those cards, like, did you get a reading with somebody else who told you somebody was coming very soon? Or, like,
right.
Maybe that's, like, a situation where you start seeing, like, visions of a woman in your dreams before she shows up. Or maybe, like, somebody on the other side that's coming through very strongly for you, that's almost, like, looking after you and helping you make the connections. That's some, like, really watery energy with all those cups, and also the High Priestess. It's, I don't know. That's almost like going, kind of reminds me of like Pee-wee's Playhouse. Or like Pee-wee's Big Adventure when he goes to the psychic and she's like telling him all those things. I don't know. That's what it reminds me of. I would like to, since we have a little break in between people who are getting readings, so if you're just joining us, check out the QR code. You can get a reading, 1 card for 23 for 40. Otherwise, consider joining our membership so you can get a reading and get in and support the channel.
And while we're breaking, I'm going to do the
I was going to say, pick your card reading.
Do you want to do it?
You pick 3, I pick 3.
Beautiful. Let's
Ready?
Okay.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3.
Shoot. All right,
cool. I love how people come in and they go, sorry, I'm late. Don't worry, we waited for you.
Right. The timing is always divine.
This is fun. I like doing the pick a card readings. So if you guys are just tuning in, card 1, 2, or 3, this will be pile 1, 2, 3. Think about your question, focus in on your question, and we'll pull 2 cards to give you insight into what you're thinking about. Obviously, we just want to remind you these are general readings, but it may make sense, so really focus in on whichever pile you are drawn to.
Mm-hmm. And if you choose more than one pile, you ain't getting none. You selfish.
All right, so people are starting to put in what they're looking for. 1, 2, 3, here we go. So if you chose pile number 1, the first card will be the information card. This will be the confirmation. So the card that you get is the 9 of Pentacles reversed. So I see this as like having to turn inward and going back to yourself and reevaluating what's holding me back, what's keeping me from being independent, what's keeping me from having all the nice things, what's keeping me from being able to really, truly, genuinely expand into abundance, independence. It's not something that's not going to show up. It's just being delayed. I see the reverse card is like, maybe not being entirely in tune with the process. You're more fixated on, well, I got to get to this goal. But the reversal is saying like, yeah, but what do you need to actually shift and kind of change within yourself or your values in order to get there? So this is the confirmation card.
Boom.
What's your interpretation of that?
Oh my God, the bottom card is the 9 of Pentacles. So
I love it when that happens. The tarot is so fucking sassy.
Yes, it really is. It really is. So I feel like if that's the 9 of Pentacles reversed, as long as you're kind of doubtful of your worth, you're going to be holding wands you don't need to hold. And until you understand your worth, you can just let go of all the stuff you're keeping you busy. So, it's like, this is you getting ready to, and not being able to delegate responsibilities is a lack of worth. So I love how it's kind of connected to the 9 of Pentacles. But this is also you coming into independent financial independence through getting swarmed by a boatload of work. So let's say like you're a tarot reader, right? It's like you made like $5,000 overnight, but now you're booked and busy. And that's not a bad thing. It's just a thing. So
it's funny. Kristen
to
said,
work.
Candace pile 1, Mike pile 3.
Right.
Yeah, this is very much like, what am I supposed to be focusing on? And where am I getting overwhelmed in all the projects? And I think the 9 of Pentacles is like, just do what you're good at.
But Nine of Pentacles is also discipline. So reverse, don't get all that work and then spend the money irresponsibly. And now you have all this work, but no money to show for it. So
I think it's interesting that it's followed by the 10 of Wands, because it's this realization that's like you want all of it, but you have to do the work to get there in order to have the financial freedom. So it's not all work and no play, that you really have to
no procrastination.
be willing to do the heavy lifting in order to get to that point. That if you want to have that life of feeling free of financial worries or limitations and being able to kind of live life more comfortably, then you have to be willing to actually do the work.
And be willing to delegate work too. If you don't want to do too much to where you burn out.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So for pile 2, if you picked pile 2, we have the 2 of Swords reversed. I see this as like a moment where you're it kind of feels like Hangman-ish. I know it's a different card, but 2 of Swords is like, do I do this? Do I do that? Do I do this? Do I do that? Like really being overwhelmed and kind of stressed about the idea of having to make a decision, but certain events coming about that's really pushing you to the edge of realizing that you have to pick a lane. 2 of Swords already is like indecisive energy, but when it's reversed, it's like there's no longer time for you to go back and forth. Like now you actually have to make the decision. You might feel like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. That your hand is being forced in a manner. There's something like this that's going on that you have a small window of working time or opportunity. And if you don't actually jump, then you're going to miss that opportunity. So like almost the back and forth in a way, like the mental stress is like distracting you from really just like connecting to something. And then the confirmation card being
the lovers, you're going to have sex. Yes. It's interesting too, because you might be, you know what? That's so symbolic. Let's see if the page 1. This is so symbolic because the 2 of Swords is also about indecision, but the lovers is about a choice. So I think for those of you who chose pile 2, you may have been indecisive about who to open your heart to or what to open your heart to, and you're not going to be indecisive anymore. You're going to make a clear decision, and you're going to really love it.
Are they choosing between 2 people? Are they stressed out because they're in love with 2 people? There's 2 options. There's 2 jobs. There's 2 choices. There's do I go back into the temptation of the past and what's felt good? If I walk away, am I going to lose it? Is something else going to show up?
Yeah.
There's this feeling of like needing to really sort through things. Both of this is very mercurial energy, if you ask me.
Yeah.
And it's very
It is.
like, okay, do I take the temptation and make the jump? And I think fear of like the aftermath. If you go into something that you really want and that you're feeling really drawn to, and how that's going to play out.
Oh, definitely. And you know, it is really choosing between 2 different people, but I think with the upright lover, it's like you make that choice, and it requires some surrender, but you know, it's very.
But also, it's a man and a woman. It's
Right.
Adam and Eve, so it's saying it takes 2 to tango. Both parties need to be willing to set aside the stress and the insecurity and the fears of communicating and expressing vulnerability and the willingness to show up and be in love.
Absolutely.
Unless both parties are on the same page, ain't nothing gonna happen.
Exactly. And Jason, you know, you're not broke. You're rich as fuck. You don't see the money right now, but tell yourself you're rich as fuck and believe it, and watch miracles happen, because that's what we do. It's Jupiter and Pisces. That's what we doing now. You got more money than you even know.
Like his comment right after that.
As fuck. Ah!
Right after that.
Oh my God, that's crazy. I love it. Okay. Well, I guess they're in pile 3.
So if you chose pile 3, the 6 of Cups. The soulmate card. The reminiscing on the past, what's familiar. There may be some reconnection, something of the past that reminds you of something or someone. going back and like rehashing and like reminiscing and romanticizing something. Depending on the second card, it's going to really confirm if this is more romantic or not.
Right.
I like how you check the bottom.
Oh, yes.
Five of Cups reverse.
So if it was upright, that would be a disappointment. But I think pile 3, you're coming into this innocence because you're finally letting go of spilled milk. You're coming at the end of disappointment and processing negativity. And honestly, this is you also seeing a silver lining. I think some of you try to connect with a soulmate, or some of you kind of try this 5 of Cups reverse is something that didn't work out. You're gonna actually realize, oh my gosh, this is good that it didn't work out. But while it was upright, you were just sad. But now you're gonna realize, oh, thank God, because now I can enjoy the 6 of Cups. Because that's looking this way, that's looking that way. I chose pile 3, so I
think the 6 of Cups followed by the 5 of Cups reversed is reflecting on the good times, but also realizing that it had to end, and you're no longer gonna allow yourself to like, you know, stalk their page or go through and reminisce the old text messages or the conversations or the pictures. Like, you're not going to fall back into those old patterns of like, why did they not choose me? Instead, you're going to be like, I don't want to have that pity party for
I'm just
one.
not drunk to feel. This is amazing.
Oh my God. I know that Taurus energy will stalk like nobody's business.
The professional lurkers.
Right? So I feel like the 6 of Cups is like, I could go back there, but I know how it's going to end. It's going to be like ugly crying and masturbating alone in bed. Oh, did I strike a nerve? Sorry.
I don't masturbate.
Sorry.
I don't masturbate in bed, so I don't know. But you did strike a nerve. Well, good to know those days are over.
Woo!
What a pick a card reading.
Somebody said, well, that was specific. I mean, just don't spill, you know, your Mountain Dew Code Red while you're masturbating in bed with your Doritos, watching like old episodes of like fucking Curb Your Enthusiasm or like Sex in the City.
No, that is sacred to me now, and I've ascended as well as.
There's a lot of really sad, lonely people in the chat right now.
All right, that was me. That was me too. Don't worry, we all in here. It's all good.
It gets better. It gets better. Mm-hmm. It gets better. Don't worry.
The best is yet to come. 6 of Cups, we return into innocence and love. It's all good.
Jesus fucking Christ. Please somebody buy a reading so I don't have to keep making you guys feel bad.
Guess what was under the 6 of Cups? The 5 of Cups.
Oh my God! Isn't that crazy? How you'll like, I mean, so, it's not often that I'll like mix decks, but like sometimes when I do that, you'll see repetitive themes definitely happen.
Yeah. From Taurus, Venus, and rising to Taurus, Sun, I feel you, Rachel. I feel you, Rachel.
It's tough out there for those Earth Venuses. You know, if you can't have it, then you just buy things or you eat.
Uranus on my Venus has really encapsulated my, because it's a 12th house Venus, right? So Uranus exactly on Venus was the height of me having like imaginary relationships with girls that I stare at their Instagram photos and I like create these like imaginary relationships.
Wait a second. Venus is your chart ruler and Uranus rules your 10th?
Yep. Aqua.
So these are like fake wives of yours? Or
they're
what?
my real imaginary wives, okay? And like I did the research, so I know that we're meant to be in my head at least. And it's been I kind of take a certain pride to it because my imaginary girlfriends and relationships have been better than some people's real relationships. So, you know, it is what it is. But at the same time, the North Node is here and I'm transitioning and, you know, it's
I can't wait till like Mike's like real life wife shows up. So I can be like, what's up, bitch? And then you're going to be like calling her and you're going to be like, where are you? And she's going to be like, we're doing shots at the bar. Hey!
terrifying.
I'm in her 7th house, so I better be friends with her. She's got to get past me first.
That's actually true, yeah. You know what? I love that there's that water sign barrier. Like, all the water signs are like, I'm going to grill your, you know what I'm saying? And it's much needed because I attract a certain, I'm not going to say that, but I will say that, yeah, I'm very grateful that I have the litmus test because I could be pretty naive, you know what I'm saying?
Don't worry, I think you've got some solid people behind you that are going to make sure that you don't get run through.
Oh yeah, it's definitely possible. I got the Pluto in the 7th house, so
I'm really excited to see what happens. You're getting all those toxic relationships out of your system.
I've been attracted to unavailable emotional women or emotionally unavailable women my whole life because it was my way of actually avoiding relationships. I realized I was chasing women to run from. I wasn't chasing women, but I was chasing an idea of a relationship to run from love, and so. Now, you know, I'm going to just be indifferent.
Venus 12th. Venus 12th problem.
Venus 12th.
Right?
I mean, I don't see it as a problem because, you know.
I like how you're like talking about Venus conjunct Uranus, and I'm like, welcome to my life.
Oh, yeah, you actually have that. Damn.
I do, but it's my chart ruler.
Right. And it's in Capricorn, so at least.
And I learned recently that my Venus is out of bounds.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, and I had like an existential crisis because I was like, what does this mean? And then I realized that I just do everything different.
Oh, that's crazy.
We're going to call last call on readings. If you want a reading, let us know. We're going to read for you right now. Look at all your girlfriends in the chat, though. I think it's so funny because Mike gets like so much cyber pussy. Ooh. It's not even funny. Ooh. So Mike will be like, yeah, but this and that. And I'm like, I think we need to do like a spiritual speed dating in Las Vegas. That might be a good.
That would actually be a good.
Spiritual speed dating.
Venus in the 12th or the Astrology Group. Venus in the 12th is, you know, secret admirers, and so a lot of women don't really share their feelings for me because they know that so many other women watch me, and I'm a Gemini man. So most of these women think that I cheat on them. And
he's got a Taurus girl.
Thank I'm a loyal Gemini. He's not going to cheat on
you. He's going to go home and eat a burrito and fall asleep. That's
Thank you. You can never say, I'm not Offset. I have nothing against Offset, but my Sagittarius counterpart. But you can't say that I had sex with any other woman. Like, you can never say I cheated on you. Okay, that's the Taurus value.
He'll be like, girls will be like, why didn't you pick up your phone? You were like, I was deep in a bucket of chicken. Like, literally, like that's some Taurus Venus shit.
Oh yeah, I might cheat on you with some food.
Cyber pussy. We should make that. We should screen that on a t-shirt. Cyber pussy.
Yeah, oh definitely. I'm with that.
Okay, so other people know Venus and Mercury out of bounds. It makes me feel like a psychopath. Now I understand better. As if Venus conjunct Uranus was not enough. Having it out of bounds is like, I'm an alien.
Oh yeah. An alien's alien. Mike has talked about curving so much, and I'll say everything. Damn, I forgot. I didn't even think about that too. I've built so many Capricorn moon walls. And now only Pisces, like both of the stalkers I had were Pisces because they just like phase through the walls. Like, hey, these are some nice walls you have here. How did you get in here? What the fuck?
I love the fact that you will have stalkers that will show up, and Venus and Pisces from other countries that will show up at your house, and they're like, you got me spiritually pregnant.
Yes. And they're in the 11th house, so like we're still kind of like homies, so like.
What?
They disarmed me like that when the first person stalked me and like I posted my place in the Ninja Karaoke and she showed up. Instead of being, because I didn't want to be like mean and be like, get away from me. I was like, well, you got me here. You want a drink? And that was my biggest mistake. And then that's when I was talking to her and I realized that she brought her trailer with her kids so that she can move in with us and I can be the father to their kids. And then I ghosted her. And I just kind of like walked away like, hey, I'll be right back. And I did. But like, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's some Venus opposed Pluto shit.
It really is.
That's fucking crazy.
And so like what that really made me feel like, the only thing that I felt about this was like, holy shit, I'm a man So I can laugh about this. How many women go through this with like dudes and get like killed by stalkers and shit like that? Like,
I have Venus conjunct Neptune too.
right.
Hey.
I got terrified for y'all. I was like, I can at least kick back and drink a beer and talk to her, but like, y'all deal with some crazy male stalkers? Like, that shit's ridiculous.
Yeah, male stalkers are.
Oh my
don't
God,
even get me
hold
started
on
on that.
Straight up. So it is what it
The
is.
few that I've had they've been bad.
Ooh.
Well, since we called final call, we didn't see anything come through. No worries. We will. Oh, wait a second. Hold on, Carrie.
Carrie was like, hold my beer.
Okay. All right, we got somebody. This is Leo Fire Spirit, Leo Rising, Leo Sun, Aquarius Moon.
She's a celestial queen. The
What's
celestial
next?
golden queen. Okay.
Can we talk about the fact that you're having insane squares and a Mercury retrograde in your 7th? I want to read for Carrie.
Let's get it.
All right, let's see what's next, Carrie.
The cosmic performer. So she knows what people want to see, and then she performs it. That's gangster. She's the main character.
So what is next?
She writes the script to her own play and then acts the lines out. I see you, Carrie. King of Wands. That's Leo. Holy shit.
Woo!
So she's not even Queen Carrie. She's King Carrie.
I have to ask, just knowing what I know about your chart, Leo Sun, Leo Rising, Aquarius Moon. First of all, full moon, baby. Hey. Second of all, dude, some of the squares you've been experiencing and also the retrograde, is there a back and forth that you're doing with another individual? I mean, King of Wands reverse makes me feel like there can be somebody that you're dealing with who's having some ego issues, or they're getting kind of like intense or confrontational, or they're being selfish, or like you're dealing with an opposing energy of someone who is just not willing to be a team player, or they're not working well with you, or they're not expressing themselves clearly. If it's not another person, I mean, it's a masculine energy. So can it be talking about you? Maybe, but I see this as more just opposing energy from other people who are not really letting their guard down, or they're like not really allowing themselves to be vulnerable. Yes, my husband. There we go.
Boom.
3 of Wands coming up right now.
Oh,
which
and she's
is,
Leo Rising, so she's going through the 7th house transit of
Yeah.
divorce, marriage, or business partnerships.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And I mean, Saturn showing up, here's the thing. Saturn is the traditional ruler of Aquarius, and I feel like Saturn going into your 7th house is like talking about, it's not about what's best for you or me, it's what works for us, and we have to honor our individuality. And the basis of your relationship is your friendship, Aquarius.
Ooh.
So I get that like Leos are learning to like cut the drama. There's a lot of that going on right now. I think the next month is going to be really telling for you in regards to Saturn being there in the retrograde. I get the impression that with the square that like literally from February to May is going to be the determining period of like whether or not y'all are gonna kind of go all the way through. 3 of Wands is like, I don't want to talk about where we've been. I want to talk about where we're going. So it's moving away from rehashing the past, moving more in the direction of learning to communicate and express what your individual goals are, where you guys are going together, how you can get there. And it's really trying to kind of get you worked up and really passionate about whether or not the two of you are on the same page, and if you're going to stay on the same path and journey together. Now, the final card being the Ace of Pentacles is interesting because it's saying like there's wealth, abundance, riches, new opportunities, the ability to plant new seeds, that there can be really positive changes. So it's like, you know, relationships, you grow together, you grow apart. So there's something going on here right now that makes me feel like the two of you have the opportunity to be able to hold on to the relationship. The conflict right now may be what you're doing with money, what you're doing with resources, who's, you know, making changes in their career, where you're investing things, what you're paying off. The Ace of Pentacles can also talk a lot about where you want to be in a year's time, right? Where you guys are going to be in a year's time. If you feel like 1 year from now you're in the same situation, are both of you guys going to feel happy, healthy, abundant? Like, are you going to see those changes actually happening? So to me, it seems like there's a 1 year working time. There's something going on here that's going to allow the two of you guys to really come up with like an annual plan, and it may take that long to kind of happen. I'm not playing the blame game, like I'm just reading the cards, but I think the King of Wands reversed is kind of suggesting that he's having some issues really making those changes, and like maybe you're seeing like frustration because he's not really knowing how to be a team player, or he's having to kind of like learn to let go of his own selfish goals or desires, or wanting to kind of run the show. So there's something like that that's kind of happening there. Give it about a month to really kind of work through this. Give it about a year to kind of go full circle, but you guys need to be talking about what the plan is together moving forward. Hopefully that's helpful. Suddenly the chat got super active. Let's see. People were asking about sending super chat. You can send super chat. You can send PayPal payments. Let us know before we wrap it up. Leo Fire Spirit, sending you lots of good vibes, man. Lots of things are changing. 2022 is where we take the training wheels off and we finally make those changes. So keep focusing on trying to stay in a relationship with your best friend and treating each other the way that you would want to on a friendship level. That's going to help the relationship survive.
Scorpio Sun, Cancer Moon, Sag Rising. What do you wish for? Because it's coming true. South Node on your Scorpio Sun is having everything you've ever wanted come through. And so let's just like hack this. I want you to feel, because first of all, you're in right now satisfaction. I want you to feel that everything that you want right now has happened. And you feel it. Your future desire and dream is a present fact. Feel it and approach every situation from the future moving backwards as it's there. But outside of that, this is talking about you stepping into a cycle of getting literally everything you want. Yep, Empress. Especially because this is the 9 of Cups, so these are multiple desires and you're sitting in all that total satisfaction. And the Empress is you just sitting like a total goddess, just like totally content and happy. Which is super badass.
So let me check and let's see anybody else kind of pop through. I think we're good here.
Beautiful.
Hopefully that was helpful for you guys. Thank you so much for checking in with us and watching our live stream. We're stoked to be bringing you guys new content. We're also super stoked that we stayed here. We're on season 2. This started as just like an idea in a parking lot, and somehow it's manifested a year later into something where you guys want to watch us talk about astrology, talk shit, and drink on the internet. Thank you guys so much for making this possible.
Oh, yeah.
We appreciate you so much. We just want to make sure tonight is night out. Let's see.
Tony's night out.
I have not seen anything come in. The nodal episode's gonna be fire.
Theory. Yeah, meanwhile, this is awesome. Like the fact that the 9 of Cups came out, from now until May, all of your wishes since 2010 are coming real and true. So don't feel, I think you have this pressure or burden of like, what do I have to do to make this come true? What do I have to do to make this come true? You did more than enough. You really just need to sit. The 9 of Cups is like, don't be smug, be smug. You got the Empress. Like, yeah, bitch, I made it happen, bitch. You remember how you told me it wouldn't happen, bitch? Look at me, bitch. What's up, bitch? And like, enjoy that. Congratulations. So
that's probably one of the best cards that you can pull when you think about it. Like, literally, it's like the as you wish.
Yeah.
Kind of card. It's like, you know, like rubbing the
magic wand.
The genie lamp.
Genie lamp. Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. We're going to call it a night. Thank you so much for joining our live. And be sure to check out our new episode that's dropping on Monday. Unless you're a member, you can get early access and you can start watching the podcast on Saturday in a private link. Check out our community and our membership tabs below. Make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell button so you know when we have new videos coming out. Otherwise, we will be back sometime later this month, and we will see all of you very soon. Take care.
Beautiful.